Gaming Bolt presents 15 amazing facts you don't know about Xbox. We have to cover quite a number of points, so in the interest of time, let us jump right into it. Miss Pac-Man was the first Xbox Live Arcade game. Before there was the Xbox Live Marketplace, we had Xbox Live Arcade. Though still a storefront, it placed an emphasis on smaller titles that could be easily downloaded. However, the very first Xbox Live Arcade title was a most unlikely game, Miss Pac-Man. It was essentially offered for free in 2007 for every Xbox with the Xbox Live Arcade disc. Person with highest gamer score got lifetime live membership. Who says achievements are worthless? In November 2013, Raycox IV was on his way to hitting 1 million gamer score on Xbox Live. Microsoft recognized his status, and after inviting him to the Xbox One launch event at Times Square, it presented him with a 24-karat gold lifetime membership for Xbox Live Gold. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was present at original Xbox reveal. Before he was known for the Fast and the Furious or even any kind of major movie career, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was still more or less a WWE star, so when he took the stage at CES 2001 to introduce the first Xbox with Microsoft founder Bill Gates, it was an intriguing moment. Halo originally meant to release on Mac. Xbox exclusive franchise Halo has sold millions and millions of copies across all of Microsoft's consoles. It's the flagship series for the company, but Bungie's FPS wasn't always destined for consoles. In fact, before the developer signed on with Microsoft, Halo was going to be a Mac-exclusive title. Additional RAM in Xbox 360 was Epic's doing. The Xbox 360 launched with 512 MB of RAM way back when, and compared to the Xbox One's 8GB DDR3 RAM, that really isn't a lot. Then again, it would have been 256 MB if Microsoft had its way. Thankfully, Epic Games fought with the company to have 512 MB of RAM, and did so by showcasing Gears of War running at half the amount. Xbox originally slated to be called DirectXbox due to DirectX architecture. Why did Microsoft eventually settle on the name Xbox for its console? Honestly, it wasn't the only name, which we'll get into later, but at one point, the console was slated to be called the DirectXbox. This was due to the architecture relying on DirectX, Microsoft's graphics API that's been a major staple of Windows since forever. The name Xbox was decided after 35 names were rejected. Every console goes through its share of terrible names, and the original Xbox was no different. There were roughly 35 different names thought of for the platform, and some of them are odd to say the least. This includes P2 or Power Play, R&R or Reality and Revolution, P2P or Power to Play, MPAC or Microsoft Play and Action Center. Xbox Live upgraded from 15,000 dedicated servers globally from Xbox 360 era to 300,000 for Xbox One. Paying for Xbox Live sucks, and yes, there are reliable gaming services out there that charge nothing for multiplayer while offering free demos and discounts. Well, at least one with Steam, but that's not the point. The point is that Microsoft does invest some resources into Xbox Live. For instance, the Xbox 360's Live only had 15,000 dedicated servers globally. For the Xbox One, this number was increased to 300,000. Now if only Party Chat could stop messing up. Xbox One games install faster from disk when not connected to the internet. Ever spent an eternity installing an Xbox One game on your console and just wished you could play the game right after inserting the disc? Those days are sadly never coming back, but there is a way to speed up install time. Simply disconnect from the internet while installing from a disc and voila! The longer install time happens when the game tries to install while also downloading the latest update. Xbox team created fake hands to ensure perfect Xbox One controller design. The original Xbox controller was part frisbee, part lethal weapon in the right gamer's hand, but the Xbox 360 controller was a big improvement. Microsoft further ensured that the Xbox One controller would be even better. It sports roughly 40 improvements over the Xbox 360 controller, and to ensure the right size, Microsoft went as far as to create fake hands to grip it with. Xbox One was originally going to implement scent production into its controller. At some point during the Xbox One controller's development, someone went from fake hands to thinking up different smells that it could emit. The idea was to have different slugs which would emit varying smells from the controller depending on the situation. It was eventually nixed because, lo and behold, the core base didn't appreciate them. Microsoft originally thought of buying Sega and then Nintendo to enter console war. Before Microsoft Game Studios would become the earnest upstanding house of Phil Spencer, there was plain old throwing money around Microsoft. When the company looked for a foothold into the console war with its original Xbox, it thought of purchasing Sega to achieve the same. Unfortunately, Sega wasn't viewed as a worthy competitor for Sony's PlayStation, so Microsoft then eyed Nintendo. That didn't work out either, unsurprisingly, but the House of M will not be deterred. Microsoft pitched programming tools to Sony. Bill Gates would approach Sony CEO Nobuyuki Ide to have the console use the company's programming tools. Ide refused, stating that, with Microsoft, open architecture means Microsoft architecture. This only spurred the creation of the Xbox further, with Microsoft considering the PlayStation 2 as a serious competitor to its established PC base as well. The original design was exactly like the letter X. The original Xbox went through a series of different designs before finally becoming the big black VCR-esque behemoth that we love to laugh at. One of those designs was a huge silver X with an oozing green center. How did this become the final console, even though it looks completely impractical and as unsafe as the VCR? Your guess is as good as ours. Kinect can measure light to 10 billionths of a second. Kinect gets a fairly bad rap due to the sheer amount of abysmal games released for it, but it's still an amazing piece of hardware. In fact, the sensor for Kinect is capable of measuring light to 10 billionths of a second. We're not sure how that will lead to the motion sensor's camera revival, but it's a cool little fact all the same. And that wraps it up. What are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it on Twitter and Facebook. And why not consider subscribing? We upload some really cool videos almost every day. Thank you for watching this video, and happy gaming!